Surah Al-Haqqah, also known as the Inevitable, or the Reality in English, is the 69th chapter of the Qur'an. This surah addresses themes related to the Day of Judgment, the consequences of people's deeds, and the attributes of Allah. Here is a brief tafseer, interpretation, of some key themes and verses in Surah Al-Haqqah. 1. The inevitability of the Day of Judgment. Surah Al-Haqqah emphasizes the inevitability of the Day of Judgment, portraying it as an event that will certainly come to pass. It underscores that on that day, every individual will be held accountable for their deeds. 2. The presentation of deeds. The surah describes the presentation of deeds to individuals on the Day of Judgment. It emphasizes that people will see their deeds, both the good and the bad, and they will recognize the consequences of their actions. 3. The stories of past nations. Surah Al-Haqqah mentions the stories of past nations that denied their messengers and the consequences they faced as a result. These stories serve as warnings about the consequences of rejecting divine guidance. 4. Attributes of Allah. The surah mentions some of the attributes of Allah, such as His knowledge, power, and ability to create and recreate. It emphasizes that Allah is well aware of everything happening in the universe and has control over all affairs. 5. The mercy and forgiveness of Allah. While the surah discusses the Day of Judgment and its consequences, it also mentions Allah's mercy and willingness to forgive those who turn to Him in repentance. It serves as a reminder of the possibility of redemption and forgiveness from Allah. 6. The role of messengers. Surah Al-Haqqah highlights the role of messengers and prophets in delivering the message of Allah to humanity. It underscores that the rejection of messengers and their messages leads to severe consequences. 7. The recitation of the Qur'an. The surah mentions the recitation of the Qur'an and its role as a source of guidance and a reminder. It encourages believers to reflect on its teachings and recognize its value. In summary, Surah Al-Haqqah emphasizes the inevitability of the Day of Judgment, the presentation of deeds, the stories of past nations, the attributes of Allah, the possibility of redemption through repentance, the role of messengers, and the importance of the Qur'an as a source of guidance. It serves as a reminder of the consequences of people's actions in this world and the hereafter, and the importance of recognizing divine guidance and living a life in accordance with it.